Hello, and welcome to Uptown Tonight. It is August already. How the hell is it August? We just started summer, and now it's coming to the end of summer. School stuff has already started, too. And for the past 2 weeks, I've been working on all my drumline stuff at Moorhead High. It's July. It was July.
It's not July.
Yeah, now we're on our third day of camp. Tomorrow's our last day of camp, and they're doing great. And then next week, we start full band with everybody. I'm just like, man, what happened to summer? It feels like summer out there. We'll just say
it's
that.
Hot.
We got that going. But, I am your host, Mr. Wayne Stallenfacher, or Discount Tom Cruise, and or Tom Brady. Some people call me the Apple guy. I've been called Steve Wozniak. Wherever you come up with these names, I don't know. Whatever, you call me whatever you want. But today we have Taylor Haagenson in the house, y'all. So thank you for being on.
Yeah, it's great. I've always wanted to be on the Joe Rogan Experience.
Well, yeah. Joe Rogan, whatever. I do take a lot of beats from him just because, it's good to follow someone who's actually doing it. But
yeah.
But before we get to old Nick over there, I got to talk about me, which is basically about Nick, too, because he was at it all the time as well. Oh, wait, that's Nick.
Oh, there you go.
Then we got Cito with old Junior there, and Junior actually gave you a scare on Thursday night, didn't he?
Did he scare me?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. Yeah,
Yes, we were at the windbreak.
Yeah.
Playing for ladies' night, and then Cito even warned you.
Me too, and it still happened. He put Junior next to me on stage, and I sang a song, and I finished singing, and I looked over, and I saw this child on stage. Nope, it was a mannequin.
It was an Uptown merch guy.
Yeah.
That's all it was. Yes.
Yeah.
Come on out and get some Uptown merch. Old Junior will be out there helping us doing all that, and keep us on the road and everything else. So I don't know the next time we're in town. I think it's next week.
They're cool shirts.
They're really cool shirts. Come on out and pick one up and everything else. Then there's old Zebras. He doesn't look like that anymore, and nowhere does that couch. But he says that we should support our troops, as we should. I'm a little biased since my son's in the military. He's actually in South Korea right now and out there for a 9-month stint. I'm not going to say what he says about the place because I keep wondering if I was that angry when I was his age, but you know what? I might have been. I really might have been. He's just an angry guy. And there's us. I believe that's at the windbreak. And I was just taking a photo from behind the drums. That's what it looks like behind the drums at the windbreak. Pretty neat, huh? Especially when the dance floor is completely empty.
I should take a picture behind my cabinet.
There you go. Behind your And then we were out at Park Rapids at Zorba's, where I got my Loudon large before I left all those guys out there. The Park Rapids Zorba's, you guys are excellent. You always take great care of us. I love it out there. We'll play there every week if you allow us. But I got to eat all that, and I still have some left for my birthday on Saturday, which we didn't even have to play, which was really cool.
Oh, it was awesome that you didn't have to play.
Yeah. I actually got a Saturday off this summer. That was kind of strange and nice at the same time.
I was like, do I really do nothing?
Exactly. It's like, how do I navigate this? Do I go out and say hi to somebody?
It was really sad.
Yep. I just watched movies. I watched Laserdisc and ate my pizza, and then felt like crap the next day. It was great. So, the computer. No, let's get over to Nick here. So, Nick, how you been, man?
Oh, I'm tired.
Tired?
I was moving.
Oh, that's right.
I moved.
You moved yesterday, right?
Yeah, and part of today.
And part of... Yeah.
It's a multi-day adventure.
I remember moving back into this house from when I was in Findlay. I think it took us over a week.
Findlay?
Yeah.
Really?
Yep. That was the music guy out there for a couple of years, and it was a great experience. Loved it out there. The place is an oasis. They got money. I shouldn't say that online, but they do. Don't act like you don't.
Right on.
Yeah, no, it was just really good. Great people out there, everything else. But yeah, it took a while to get everything from there. I think you realized too, probably moving just from is it your
downer? My brother-in-law's basement.
Into an apartment, and all this extra stuff that you accumulate.
Well, yeah.
While you're there, and you're wondering how the hell.
I think the bedroom that we stayed in was not much bigger than this room. I'm not even kidding.
Oh.
Yeah, that's for 4 months. So.
And it still took you 2 days to get all the way out.
Well, because we borrowed a trailer for one thing, for
one run.
load, and it was It was me. It was Clyde Schumann and another friend, and we
Clyde.
we just I took the trailer. I took the truck. I asked for it first, and then it was the day of firsts.
Nice guy. Yes, he is.
It was a day of firsts. It was the first time I drove a diesel, which is the same as driving an automatic, turns out. And then it was
not much difference.
Yeah, first time I well, that's not true. So the first time I pulled a full trailer.
A full trailer?
Yep. And the first time I backed up a full trailer on the same day.
It's fun. It's easier than it looks, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, it was long as a car loader is what we borrowed.
Nice.
So, yeah, had no back. Kendra's antique writing desk almost fell off the trailer as we were going 30 miles an hour down.
No.
Yeah.
At least you caught it before
we
it
caught
fell.
it. I was hyper fixated on that thing. I was like, that thing's the last thing that needs to fall down right now. And so, so then we made it back into town, and I didn't die, and it was great.
And it was great.
My cat thinks that she's going back. She's not. I don't know how to tell her that though.
Oh, is that with your mother right now?
No, she's with us now.
Oh, you got your cat back. Okay.
Yeah, and my dog is with my mom. So
that's what it was.
Yeah.
Okay.
She's still there. So the cat has always been with us, thankfully.
Gotcha. Yeah. Getting my animals mixed up. Oh,
it's confusing because they're all quadrupeds. And they have hair.
They got hair and they're fuzzy. Yes.
Yeah.
It's a good thing my camera isn't good enough. My one cat, decided he's a ginger butt. Jeez, everything that's black, it just turns orange. I can see it.
Yeah.
Well, that's good. But let's find out where you came from in the first place. Okay. Congratulations on the move, and you were just married. But we'll get to that in a little bit here, bro.
Because you're involved in that too, weirdly enough.
I was. And it was great.
It was fun.
Oh, man. You're going to get us talking about it already. The food was, oh, my God. Yeah,
it was so good. Yeah. I was not expecting the food to be that good.
I went back for seconds, just loaded that thing up. And Cito was just looking at me like, what are you doing? I'm just chowing.
You should.
It was awesome.
I didn't want any leftovers, and there wasn't any. It was great.
So we got to play for your wedding over at
Marriott.
I wanted to say Radisson for some reason. And I knew that wasn't correct. So
Courtyard by Marriott.
The Marriott had Keaton Will filling in for you, and then you came in there and filled in for yourself for a couple. And
I don't remember the last one, but I know it happened.
It did. It was a lot of fun. Oh God, everyone was going nuts. It was great.
One of the weirder weddings, I bet.
Nah. It's only weird because a talented person comes up on stage and actually does something, not somebody else just like, I can sing Country Roads, and then you find out, well,
you cannot.
Yeah.
That was awesome. I'm glad that happened. In a weird way, I'm glad that the person that I hired decided not to do it, so that we could hire you again.
I appreciate that. That was a lot of fun.
Uptown is no one's first choice.
Jeez, listen to this. Even on his own podcast. That's okay.
It was a joke. Come on.
Oh,
just a prank. Just a prank.
Bro, yeah.
Bro, it's just a prank, bro.
But where'd you come from, Nick? Besides your mother?
Oh, I was born. Yeah. But after that, I was born in Bemidji.
Bemidji?
Yeah.
See, that's where the little lady is from upstairs.
Oh, really?
Yep. She'll talk to you all about Bemidji. Now she wants to move back and blah, 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 blah.
Well, I don't want to move back.
Yep.
But I, not for...
That's you, Corey.
Oops. So, but, no, I was born in Bemidji. I was actually raised in a town called Shevlin, about 20 miles west of Bemidji.
I've seen the sign multiple times, yes.
You drive through it. There's no. You don't even know you passed it. It's the town was Shevlin. That was like the zip code basically.
Okay.
But went to school in Bagley for up to 6th grade, I think. Bagley, Minnesota.
Okay.
Most notably known for having a lake called Lake Bagley, and then after that, my mom remarried and we moved to Moorhead, and I was already taking guitar lessons, and I was one of those like smart brainiacs that realized that the intervals between the strings on the upright bass was the same as the interval between the strings on the bass strings on guitar. So I was asked if I wanted to join music in middle school, and I said, yeah, I'll do orchestra, but I want to play the upright bass because of that connection that I made, because I was a big nerd. So
and so it began.
And that's how it began.
Yes. So where'd you get started with the guitar thing? What interested you in that in the first place?
I got one as a child.
Me too, and we smashed it over a stool. I remember that distinctly. I'm not going to say his name. It starts with S and the last name starts with M.
I got one as a child, and it was just something fun to have, I think. It was a Walmart First Act guitar.
Oh, yeah.
And it was like in 2001, I think. I don't know. But that's when I think I got it. I think it was just to calm me down from having a little sister be born. I was a really
it was a traumatic
child. I was and so I had that, and I played it like twice, and I stopped playing it. And then we got Guitar Hero, and I was like, this is kind of a fun game.
Yes.
And then I was like, I have one of these things, and I broke all the strings because I didn't know how it was tuned. And then my grandma was like, you better frickin' learn how to play that thing, because I don't know why she was so angry. And so she signed me up for guitar lessons in Bemidji, and that's where that started. And yeah.
Oh, so where'd you take guitar lessons in Bemidji?
I forget what it was called. It was like the only music shop by the lakeside.
Yeah, it's one in that strip mall type thing.
Was it a strip mall? I don't even remember.
I think so.
I know the dude's name that gave me the lessons was Lou Sampson. I don't think he's alive anymore.
Oh, but, I was going to shout out to him, but yeah, it'd be kind of inappropriate.
You can shout out a dead guy.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah. Shout out to you, Beethoven.
Thank you for the fifth, yes.
Yeah. He was very
passionate.
I'm trying to think of the best words. He threw a music stand at me once. There we go. Nick's
told me this multiple times. That's why he was a passionate feller.
Yeah. He threw a music stand at me once for not practicing, and I was. From then on, I didn't do that again.
Well, see, it worked. That's the whole thing.
Yeah, so whiplash works. Yeah, not my tempo.
Are you a rusher or a dragger?
You're a dragon.
God. That movie.
What are you doing? Just keep moving. I'll carry you in.
It's interestingly inspirational, but yet horrifying at the same time. It's like, do you really want to be that guy? But can you see that
I will be that guy?
Yeah, results somehow get made. So it's like, what?
It's upsetting that it happened.
Yeah.
And you think to yourself, am I that good because I got something thrown at me as a child, or am I good because I got better?
Yeah. Like I said, well, no, I won't get into that.
Okay.
I've seen things where people have had little traumas in the past, and it still bugs them to this day. I know for me, it's eating green beans, and I could get into that story, but it's pretty lame. But yeah, I just don't touch green beans from a traumatic little thing that happened with them when I was younger.
Oh.
So yeah, so I can kind of get it.
Side note: I had a dog once.
A dog?
A dog. I have owned multiple,
Ooh.
But I've had a dog once that that we would make fried green beans, and we'd drop it, and the dog figured out a way to have the whole thing in her mouth, and then just spit out the green bean.
Oh wow! It sucked up all the butter.
Yeah, it was
nice.
The best part.
We used to throw pickles at one of my old dogs, and they.
Oh.
Oh, we did. Oh, yeah.
Pickles was the cat.
That was good. I wasn't expecting that. No, so we'd be throwing up food for old Katie, and we'd throw up a pickle, and she'd go dive at it and grab it, and then she'd take one bite and just spit it right back at us. We always thought that was funny. Torturing your animals, geez, with food. Okay, but what got you into the guitar in the first place, besides getting the plastic one. Why would you really want to do that? Was it just grandma that kind of influenced you on that one, or did you really ask for that? Or
eventually, I think I must have asked for it. I know that's a weird thing to say, must have, but there's a lot of things that I feel like I just forgot if I asked for it or not as a child.
Okay, fair enough.
I feel like I did, but I keep getting told I say things that I don't remember saying.
That could be something else too.
But I think playing anything, we had music instruments all throughout growing up, no matter what. Always had a piano in the house. It's just something that my mom wanted to have, is music. She just now started picking up the banjo, but she was raised in an arts high school growing up. And then
down by the cities?
I don't remember.
Okay.
She was raised in Thief River. I think she was boarded out. She was boarded out into an arts high school growing up. And then I think she wanted the same thing for me and my siblings, but we couldn't afford it, kind of thing. It's just how it is. You know,
exactly.
It's life. And so things got more expensive. But my family I like going to Park Rapids a lot because I got a lot of family over in the Park Rapids area. That are the Doves, Paul and Pat Dove. They own the armory down there, and they run the Northern Light Opera Company. So the Northern Lights Opera Company. It's plural. And at the same time, their offspring, Lisa, my cousin, is a director in New York City. So.
Oh, yeah, that's right. The one that went to Juilliard, right?
Mm-hmm. She got a free ride at Juilliard.
Free ride.
Not even kidding. To play cello. And she used that to get a degree in directing. So,
hey, it works.
Yeah, so we got a lot of people like that are really into it, and I think it's just kind of osmosis.
It was just there.
Yeah, my grandma really liked to sing. My mom musically challenged, unfortunately, and skipped a generation, I think. She's learning the banjo now, like I said. She can play hot cross buns. She's so excited.
There we go.
And I'm so proud of her. Just proof it's never too old to learn something new, and she's figuring it out. That's awesome.
And the old joke, paddle faster, I'm hearing banjos. But did you have to play piano at all?
I did learn piano.
Okay.
It wasn't my favorite.
Were you putting the lessons then, or how'd that go?
I was, all kinds of lessons. Mostly, like, I took guitar lessons. I took private piano lessons.
Okay.
Growing up, too. Actually, there's a picture of me playing the violin. I do not remember taking violin lessons.
But it happened.
But it happened.
It happened.
There's picture proof that it happened. I don't know. And I'm, like, dressed up, so there's, like, a whole recite. I had to, like, learn a song on the violin. I don't remember doing that.
It's a repressed memory.
What happened? Did this teacher also throw a stand at me?
Maybe it's a stand throwing epidemic something going on here. But
I also in Bagley, I think I took 1 year of saxophone just because there was nothing else you could do.
Oh wow!
Except for playing band. I can't play saxophone now, but it was because I was like 4th grade.
I got a couple in the next room.
I'm not playing your saxophones, but
no, that's gross. Stay away.
Piano. I remember having to take piano for whatever freaking reason, just because. Because my mom was like, "It's a requirement for college." It's not. You learn that later. Just like learning a second language in high school is a requirement. It's not.
What they should have told you is that singing is almost a requirement to get into the music stuff.
I took choir too, but it's not. I
did not. Oh wow, that was a buzzsaw to walk into.
I took a couple private lessons and I never did it again. But maybe I should.
I think you're doing just fine there, sir.
Okay.
But that's just from experience from the past few months.
If you say so.
Digging what you're doing on the stage.
Sweet.
We'll just say that.
Sweet.
And not to butter you up. I just want to know more about
I will not get better.
What the hell?
I promise. I'm doing fine, he says.
It's great. Okay, so now you're in Moorhead.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden you're in the orchestra room.
Yeah.
playing upright bass.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
And so you kind of just walked into that. Did it just fall into place as it should, or did you have to actually like work at it to catch up?
I was a year behind, but I had the theory behind me a little bit, I think, so I understood what the strings all were.
Okay.
I was also the only one interested in learning how to play not orchestra music in orchestra, weirdly enough.
What?
It didn't feel right. I feel like children would want to learn how to play music that wasn't like written for an instrument that was designed 1,000 years ago, but whatever. So I was like, hey, I can make this thing sound like a jazz thing, and I didn't know what jazz was, but I assumed jazz was just like saxophones and trumpets yelling at each other.
Yeah.
And then the bass was just like hitting stuff. So that's what I did. So, I got a bass guitar around that time too from my grandma. It was payment for taking care of her dog for 8 years.
For 8 years.
It was this Ibanez pack. It came with an amp. It was like back then like $80. I don't know, but it was, now you can get it for like $150 at Guitar Center.
But it says Ibanez on it.
It was cool.
That was a cool one.
I don't have a single piece of it left. It got destroyed.
What?
Yeah, we took it off.
What?
We took it apart, and my mom's friend was like an artist and was going to art school. She's like, I will paint that for you. I was like, okay. And so I gave it to her. She did paint it really badly, and she gave it back. It wasn't
Not
finished.
to be judgmental.
I can be judgmental. I'm an artist.
True. True enough.
Yeah. Artist is like, you do see the eye of the beholder, and I thought it was ugly. And so it was... She never finished it. There was no polyurethane finish on top of it to keep it from like falling apart or whatever. I played it for like 6 months. There was paint on my hand every time I played on it.
Oh.
And then I took it apart because it swelled. The paint swelled and it cracked the body somehow. I don't even know how that happened. And to this day, I don't know what happened. So I took the neck off. The neck never was able to be put back on again because the body shifted. The pocket that the neck was supposed to be in, it changed shape.
Well, that could cause an issue, yes.
Yeah, I think this paint melted the wood.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
melted the wood.
It changed its shape. It was wild. So I was like, okay. I had another bass too at that time, so that's why I wasn't concerned. It's like, this is my first one. I've already super glued some pieces back together on this thing. But I got the Fender 5-string as a present from my dad, Darren Haagenson, and
jeez,
yeah, it was
5-string going hard in the paint already.
I thought it would be kind of fun.
No
to
pun
figure
intended.
out. I said, let's try this, and he said, are you sure you want that color? There was 2 colors. There was a sunburst. There was the banana cream, which is what they call it. It's Olympic white, I guess is what they call it. But I
like banana cream better too.
I call it my BCP. Banana cream pie base is what I call it.
Oh.
So, and it still works. It has the noiseless Gen 2 on it. It's a deluxe bass. It's great. It's fantastic. I cannot bring it to shows though because the electronics are jank on it, and the guy that said they fixed it did not fix it, and so it stays in my house.
Electronics and all that fun equipment.
But it sounds amazing. It's my
that thing's got to be
thing.
Closing up to vintage gear by now, though.
It's 15 years old.
It's closing up to it.
Yeah.
So it's time to retire that one into the living room, I'd say.
It's staying home.
Yes, exactly.
It's staying home. You will like anything I record, I'll probably record with that because it just sounds so good. It has hum canceling pickups on it, so it doesn't make a noise.
Fair enough.
It's great.
And my kit I have here, that's my recording kit too, so that doesn't go out. Stays in the basement.
Yeah. It needs new frets, but it's...
It's 15 years old.
Yeah,
Give it a break. My gosh.
It's great. But no, I like what I have now for live rigs. I don't have to worry about breaking them because they're not terribly expensive. So.
Oh, that's cool. So you went through that in middle school, then into high school. Did you play in the orchestra as well?
Yep. I got up in high school all the way up to the chamber orchestra in Moorhead, which is the top one at the time. I don't know if they're still doing it or not like that, but It was the highest level orchestra that you could get into. I got into.
Okay.
They required lessons though, and I was like, "Who the hell gives upright bass lessons? That doesn't work for the public school system." I.e., Doug Neal.
Yes.
And I was like, I don't really want to go backwards. That's what I thought at the time. I was like, because I just left him. So.
Gotcha. Then you realize that's the top thing.
Then I realized later in college that he was going to be my professor for bass. But so
You're not getting away from Doug.
Yeah. So I took jazz guitar lessons at MSUM with a man named Michael Kudrewski. Very, very cool guy. He doesn't work for MSUM anymore, but he's a really cool guy. Berkeley is his whole thing. So I learned the Berkeley method.
Methods, yes.
The Berkeley method is... Well, it's weird because it's New York and I was doing a Chicago accent. It's funny. It's a joke.
Take it.
Yeah, so it required lessons. I was like, so does it have to be orchestra lessons? And he's like, what do you mean? I was like, well... Can I take guitar lessons? And he's like, yeah, sure. And it's like,
what do you think you're in here for there, son? Yeah.
So I was like, cool. So like it was really a Kickstarter though for a bunch of other crap that I didn't realize until like later on. I was like, oh wow, I could just skip theory 1 and 2 because of this really cool guy that just wanted to shove all of his information down my throat. The only person that didn't throw a music stand at me though was that guy. So,
well, there you go.
Of course, I practiced though because I was afraid that he would. And
hey, that's why.
Yeah, fun time. So I took jazz lessons in high school, junior and senior year, because I was in the top orchestra and you take lessons. Cool.
Did you play in the jazz band at all then?
I did play. Well, I played in the jazz band in middle school, but they wanted to keep it into only band students in high school. Yeah, so they wouldn't let me in. Yeah, what kind of horse shit's that? I don't know.
I'm trying to think. Engstrom was there at the time?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, because Redlinger...
No, he was there too.
Yeah, you've been in transition period, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yep, pretty close to that.
Whatever. I wasn't terribly upset. It was also around the time I started a band with Matthew Tingham for the very first time too. So
there you go.
And that was fun.
Yeah.
Our name was Unknown Influence, as my father would say. The influence was definitely Green Day.
Busted.
But no, that was a lot of fun when you get to figure out what it meant to be in like a band, at least starting to be. Like that was the first experience of doing that, and
of herding cats. Oh yeah.
Got invited to play at friends' birthday parties. It was a fun time, you know. So that was our kind of fun. We get to play together and make music that way, and that's not all of us got along all the time, and that is mostly my fault, and I know that because I had stupid head at the time. I was
Nick, what are you doing?
Angry boy. Got angry really easy. I still get angry pretty easy.
See, that's why you need Pantera in your life.
Yeah,
yes.
I think pretty sure, yes. Pantera.
So therapeutic. You're screaming mouth for war out the window just because you can, you know.
Yeah.
It cleanses the soul. I tell everybody this. They just think you're just a psycho.
I will be the one that just blares people screaming in my car as I drive. Is that him?
That's why we got to grow the hair back.
Yeah.
Did you have long hair at one time? I know this is
for a minute.
For a minute?
Not terribly long. I guess maybe down a year.
That's long enough.
I grew it for... I was also involved in the theater program a little bit too.
Oh, good.
I played, yeah. So I actually taught myself how to read guitar music, like, so that I could be in the pit orchestra for Tommy, the musical, in my high school.
Gotcha.
Yeah, because it turned out that no one else in my high school knew how to read guitar music. I was like, that's fucking weird. So I taught myself the basics, like, okay, B string is the middle line in the treble clef. I can figure out the rest. And I did.
Good. That's good. It's better than most of us can do, I'll tell you that.
I also learned that it's bullshit. The guitar is not an easy instrument to write music for.
Yeah, I would think so.
It is really difficult.
That's why they just give you chord charts all the time.
It's so much easier with chord charts because then you're like, okay, this makes sense. And then like they'll tell you like the easiest tools you can get is you get a chord chart, you get a note, and then you get a position of how to play that note. Then you can kind of figure out the rest. But if you don't have any of that, you just gotta like try and
see if something sticks.
Yeah, and it sucks. And I figured it out somehow, and it was.
Well, that's a good thing.
Yeah,
I'm sure that really helped out with the ear and everything else.
Oh yeah, that's the only way I could do it is by ear at the time. So it was that was like okay. So we got to flatten the key signature. Which one is it?
Well, it gets you going. Now you throw yourself in the fire, and that just made your sharper-yettes.
Yeah. So you got to figure it out, and then that's also where I learned how to fake it. Just fake it.
You won't know how well that works. You just don't know.
No, it turns out very well.
Yes, it does. So I always have this story I always tell my kids about, at least students I should say, about if you don't know what's happening or something just goes awry and you just act like you know what you're doing. It's a great story. I'm not going to go into it because it'll take me 10 minutes to go through the entire thing, but
I find if I say sorry immediately after, then people can't yell at you.
Yeah, I just sit there and just look and then walk away like that was exactly how it was supposed to be. Usually they don't question. Usually.
Yeah. So did you mean for that to sound bad? Why did it sound bad?
Yeah, exactly.
Then yes.
That's exactly it. Well, cool. So that gets you into college then. So you went to MSUM. I know this, but why? Why MSUM? Why'd you stay in town?
I did it because I don't know.
You don't know. It was just there.
I didn't want to leave, and I did it for a girl. God damn it! Okay, there was no.
That never happens.
God damn it!
Ever.
No, I stayed in town because it seemed easy. I didn't want to move, and I was incorrect in my decision. But no, I shouldn't say that. I've made some really good friends. I think I bit off a lot more than I should have. I think at the time.
I think we all do. You're ambitious like that.
Yeah, I never got to finish, and a lot of it was because I didn't like where the program was going, and as soon as things started changing in a negative direction, I was like, I can't. So I left.
Jump ship. I swear.
Yep. So you can call me a quitter if you want. I don't give a shit. But, whatever. I learned what I needed to learn. I think there was nothing else that I felt like I got out of that. There's sort of a piece of paper that said I completed enough courses to get a piece of paper that I paid for. I don't know.
It's kind of what I went to a tirade yesterday on a podcast I was with Jeremy Grinsteiner.
Yeah. Something
weird and something else. I'll get the links down below as soon as I find it. But yeah, I was on the same rampage. It's just like, well, you get this piece of paper and now what?
Yeah.
What did it actually? Where's my value?
Right now, is the only thing that would benefit is getting the jobs that say bachelor degree required. And I was like, none of these are the jobs that I want anyway. So,
see, that's the problem.
I feel like, now I'm pretty successful. I think at the time it was like a struggle busing, but also I moved to South Dakota, which was a bad decision. Don't go there unless you know people.
And what led you down there besides the
thought I knew people.
There we go.
I went there because I was gonna get a certificate of culinary because I also like to cook, and there was a cool program. And then COVID fucking hit, and I was like, "This is stupid. I can't do. Who's gonna cook for a place that's empty? Nobody. No one wants to do that."
Where was this at?
Mitchell,
South Dakota. Gotcha.
Corn Palace town. My grandma lived in the town over, and then she moved.
Oh.
so I knew
culinary
nobody.
Degree. I had no idea about this.
For a minute, yeah.
Yeah,
I don't tell you everything.
No, you shouldn't.
I did not get one.
Yeah, you learned how to cook and use knives and stuff.
I got ServSafe though, so I can cook anywhere.
Ooh, nice.
So I mean, I didn't get a degree, but I can cook anywhere. What's going on?
I think my dog's kicking the floor. Or the neighbors are angry.
I don't think you can hear it, but it's just.
I come through.
Sounds great.
Very cool. Well, let's get into the bands that you've been into. But first, I got to get to the weekly report here.
Weekly report?
Yes, we've been going for over 30 minutes already.
Shit.
Did you realize that? Isn't that cool?
It does say that right there.
Yes,
35 minutes, 35 seconds.
So, Cito, we miss you, man. That's me singing. That's my piano player.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, exactly. All right, we're going uptown to Windbreak. We got Taylor Haagenson on Ladies' Night and Friday. And go special blend bands be hitting the stage there on Saturday, hanging out with Buddha. And then we got Shooting Star Casino. Ember is going to be hitting the stage on Friday and Saturday, the 4th and 5th at the TAC. Prediction of the Witch, Gradients, Anomic, and Heavy Sweater is going to be out there Thursday. I actually have maybe tomorrow a little bit off. I should go out there and check that out. Good friends with Gradients and Anomic and Prediction of the Witch. Haven't seen Heavy Sweater yet, but that'd be really cool to go out and see. Then we have Blue Stem Amphitheater. We got Train and Better Than Ezra on Saturday. Did you know they were coming to town?
No.
I did not either. I just found that out. But
wow.
That's cool. They're going to be out the Blue Stem Amphitheater. That's, basically like a mile down the road from here.
Huh.
Then we got Downtown Acoustic Corner. Let's see. I couldn't find anything that's happening tonight at Murphy's Pub, but they say they have something.
Something's happening.
There's got to be something happening over there. There's a couple blocks from here. And then on Thursday, tomorrow, we have the Moving Parts Trio at Camp Lone Tree on the roof. And then we have Mike Morris at Spicy Pie in West Fargo. Jim White over at the Silver Spike, a Gentleman and a Scholar up in Sweet Shots. And Todd Sisson at the Swing Barrel. Friday and Saturday, not much is going on, but then I realized that, it's Wheat Fest.
Oh.
Yeah, so it's going to be a ghost town around here.
Gotta love Wheat Fest.
For all Wheat Fest. And then we got downtown, Front Street Tap Room, Tonewood hitting the stage on Friday. And open mic with Travis Neros next Monday, the 7th. At the Saturday, we have open mic with Mark Wade Belcher happening probably as we speak right now. So we'll be looking to tighten up that 2 minutes of your stand-up. That's the place you should be. Then we have a roast of Cold Sweat. I'm not sure who Cold Sweat is, but they're going to roast that person all night on tomorrow night for Thursday the 3rd. At Side Street, we have Jazz Night next Monday the 7th, and then at Tailgaters Fury hitting the stage tomorrow night. At Fargo Brewing Company, we have Ian Cook on Thursday, then Walking Phoenix, Stovepipes, and Airship Caravan on Friday, or Saturday the 5th. Not Friday. Then we got Sicky's Bar. Nope, that was from last week. Sicky shouldn't be on there. And Cowboy Jacks, old Jay Stevenson, the couch you're sitting on was once owned by Jay Stevenson. Is doing the open mic out there next Sunday, the 6th. And then we got Downtown Dempsey's open mic with Gina Powers on Thursday, tomorrow night. Then Shakes Hands with Danger. The Dorvals are going to be out there Friday the 4th. At Aquarium, we got Rig Time, No Divinity, Viroso, Frost Found Us, nice, on Thursday the 3rd. Then we have Failsafe, Works of Wolves, Perfectly Still, and Leaving Hope on Friday the 4th. And then we got Alibi open mic night tomorrow night. Along with Barney Stone, we have the Deadbeats on Thursday tomorrow night, and Crop Dusters doing their brunch on Sunday the 6th. And then the Troll Lounge, you got the Amp School of Music has their open mic tomorrow night over at the Troll Lounge. It's kind of a neat little place. You ever been in there?
No.
No, it's really quaint. Really cool. And they point out there's no TVs in there whatsoever.
Well, good for them.
It seems strange nowadays. Just you don't have all that extra stuff in the background. But
fair enough, I guess. Yeah.
Hey, focus on the stage a little bit.
Yeah.
And then Travis Nagel on Friday the 4th, and then Tuesday X on Saturday the 5th. There we go. We're out of town. The original and mine. Josie Scott of Saliva is hitting the stage out there tomorrow night. And then with Laughing Sun Brewing Company in Bismarck Van Dan area, our favorite brewing company in the Bismarck Van Dan area. We got Jake Immiger on Thursday the 3rd, and Brietta Hebling out there on Friday the 4th, and the Mooncats on Saturday the 5th. At Zorba's in Park Rapids, Adios Pantalones is hitting the stage on Friday. We're going to be there, We're going to be basically a mile down the road from them in Park Rapids at the American Legion Park. It's us, that Uptown band. I don't know. Who are they?
I don't know.
I forgot. And then at Wheaton the next day, the Uptown will be out there. We should. Maybe a couple more. And Saturday the 6th.
Wheaton, Minnesota.
Wheaton, Minnesota, doing our little tour this weekend. And that's all we have for you for the weekly report here. So let's get back to Nick and learn about some of the bands he's in. Maybe I'll throw up some of his photos too.
That's a dog.
That's a dog.
Oh my God!
There you are.
Me.
I love this photo though.
It's a really good picture.
It is.
That was taken by Darren Pond, Aaron Pond's brother.
Got it.
I think his mom's name is Karen. I'm not even kidding.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
I would say, why would you do that? But I get it. I get it.
Yeah, that was so cool. That was at Captain's Getaway in Okoboji, Iowa. It's Okoboji, Iowa is if you want to go to the ocean but live in a cornfield, then you go there because there's a lake.
I'm just over here going, what?
Yeah, you get like Miami vibes without
serious?
Without going to Miami. It's so wild.
The children of the corn behind it.
It's so cool. I wanna go there every summer. It's such a wild place. It shouldn't exist, but it does.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Then we just have your amp here.
That's my bass cab.
The before and
then
after.
There's the after. I'm a crafty motherfucker.
They show off.
Sorry, I shouldn't have said that. Anyway, so
the aquamarine,
marine vinyl that I found at Joanne Fabrics, and yeah, I had to have my mommy help me. I didn't know what I was doing, so I drove up to Thief River Falls, Minnesota. I was like, help!
Hey,
so
I think it turned out really nice.
Cool. Yeah, the lights are really what make it because they change color, and we spent like an hour trying to figure out how to orientate those lights. Not even kidding.
So when you pulled that in, so they remind me of Mike Coates used to have a Marshall Full Stack that was blue. It was very limited edition.
Yeah.
So that's the first thing I thought. I was like, where did you get that? So you did that yourself. Yeah. That's cool.
I don't remember where it was for that, but I just thought it was a cool picture.
What band was that?
I think it was Skyline.
Skyline?
I think so.
Okay. Who was in Skyline? How did this all begin?
So Skyline it's a project of Aaron Pond, and it is no longer a functioning band, at least not right now. But Aaron and a bunch of other guys, 10 years prior to me even joining, started it. They kind of went through a bunch of members. Matthew Tingham joined as a drummer when their drummer quit, along with like before that a buddy of ours, Dalton Luther, played bass.
Gotcha.
And I love you, Dalton, but at the time you were not very good.
Oh,
if you were listening, I'm sorry.
Shout out to Dalton.
He's a lot better now. He's really actually solid right now. Probably one of the best glow ups I've ever seen. Actually. He just sat and he shred, and he's just stayed in the shed for like 2 years, and he's just fantastic now. And that's what you get when you actually practice, kids. At the time, he wasn't very good, and I feel bad saying that, and I didn't know that. So eventually I get this text from Matthew, and he says, hey, do you want to be the bass player for Skyline? I was like, and the problem with here's the problem. Okay. At the time, I was really good friends with Dalton, and we were playing tabletop games in my living room when I got that text message. Oh, ow. And ow. Awkward. So I was like, I'm looking at Dalton. I already know that he's playing. I'm like, why? But the problem is Dalton's like, yep, this weekend we're going to Mandan. I'm like, what do I say? Nothing. So then I said, yes. That's basically it, yep. And then I asked more questions. But so then I thought that he was getting kicked out. But instead, Aaron's like, I don't know how to say no. Do you just want to be the sound guy? So Dalton became the sound guy, and he did a very, very good job. Oh, very good job. And he was a sound and light guy, and it was really fun. He was really good at what he did, and he would come up on stage, sing a song or two. It was ham it up. It was fun just to break it out. It was exactly. Awesome. It was fun. Yeah. Now he's bass player for Fourth Wave, Dalton, and he's doing very good. I've never heard any complaints about him anyway. I gotta find you, Dalton. I really do. Really cool guy. Really funny. He'll ham up the show better than I'm just sitting here talking. We're having fun. This is great. But yeah, he'll just talk, and he's really good. And another picture. That's actually so. You sent me this one. I did send you this one, and this is actually Dalton taking the picture. This is, I think, 30 minutes before the best night of my life that I do not remember. And
this is the Wee Fest night?
This is the Wee Fest.
Oh,
so
yes.
I'm wearing these white pants, which I had to throw away. And
well, there you go. There's your foreshadowing.
And we were playing just behind the stage. We honestly, like, behind that fence behind us is Carrie Underwood's bus. I'm not even kidding. And we're playing, and they said, okay, you got to stop right before the first act goes on, and then you got to start right after Carrie Underwood stops playing. And we're like, okay. So I brought in an upright bass, too, because I thought that'd be kind of fun. Later on, we're like, don't do that. I'm like, okay. So I put that back. I've been out of
I think I can see it right there next to you.
You can see it.
Yep.
There's a blue case somewhere in there, too.
That's
And yeah, so hi. So we're playing, and then it comes. We stop playing because we officially started, and we get free drinks, which is not a great idea.
How old were you?
Oh, I was 24, and it was great. So
right in that time.
yeah,
Yep.
and so we stopped. And we went to the drink. I had 2 drinks that I remembered, and they were the same. It was called a Fruit Loops. No, it was a fruit roll-up sandwich, is what the bartender called it. She made it up, and it was 3 different kinds of vodka, one stacked on top of the other.
Okay.
And it did indeed taste like 3 different flavors of fruit roll-up somehow. And I was like, "Oh, this is really good.
She's a genius.
I'll have another one." And I took a sip. I closed my eyes. And I opened my eyes, and I was on the ground. It was dark out, and I was in my upright bass case, using it as a
coffin,
as a sleeping bag. And I don't remember this, but Matthew does. He said to me, "Yeah, I walked by really drunk, looked over at the bass case. Nick opened it up, rolled his head out, threw up." And then put the bass case back up again.
Oh,
I don't remember that. And I do remember, though, looking up, and I see Aaron. He's trying to sing Happy Birthday to this woman. He doesn't know how to sing Happy Birthday. Well, he knows the words, naturally, but he can't play it. So he has his guitar, and he's just like, "I'm singing the song." And Dalton's missing. Because he misplaced his sunglasses. And he somehow ended up on the backstage of actual Wee Fest looking for his sunglasses. I don't know how we found out, but we had to go get him.
Oh, God.
And security's like, "He can't be back here." And he's like, "I'm just looking for my shades. I'm just looking for my shades." And we're like, "We're sorry. We'll go help you find your sunglasses." And we went back, and I don't remember what happened after that either, because I think we kept drinking after that. So
it was just a good night.
And then we played after Carrie Underwood, and we didn't know any of the words to any of the songs that we were playing. And I fell asleep on a table in a camper that someone else put out. And we woke up, and we packed up, and we left in silence. And after about 20 minutes of driving, Matt said, "So, do we want to do this again next year?" And we're like, "Absolutely." And we didn't.
Oh.
I know.
But still.
And I didn't throw up on the pants. They're really green and dirty at the end of the night. So like,
you got into some mischief someplace.
Yeah, I fell down, I think, a couple times because I was like sore.
Oh, God.
So, yeah, that's the story behind that picture.
I don't remember.
That was the best night that I don't remember.
That's beautiful. Yeah. Cool. Was Skyline the only band you were in then?
No, that's just the big one.
Okay.
That was the one that people will remember me. This is when I was in college. I'm playing that stupid 6-string.
Oh,
and
you look so cute.
Look at me. You got that baby face.
Yes.
Wearing a blazer, I guess. And
Nothing wrong with that.
I am playing for the person at the very far playing the guitar. His name is Donovan Young. He lives in Canada now, and he quit Facebook immediately after graduating. We played for his wedding. That was fun. That is Andrew Hildy, right there next to him. Okay. And he is a fantastic trumpet player. Lives in Minneapolis. And I think this picture is where preparing for someone's senior recital.
Oh, gotcha.
And I was asked, no, this is not what that is. This is another night that I do remember, because the night before this, I got super fucking drunk. So almost died in my own apartment. It was great.
Oh.
And this was a competition in Wisconsin. We drove to Wisconsin, and we were doing a jazz competition for it was an academic competition.
Gotcha.
And we did not.
Eau Claire?
Yes.
Okay.
And we did not win because they didn't understand what fusion meant. At least that was what we said to ourselves. And
there's some tough.
Yeah, they're like, fusion. We don't know what that is. We don't think you did enough jazz. We're like, we think we did all the jazz, man. And there was a lot of jazz to be done. We went outside the scale a lot.
Judges.
Yeah. But that's what that was. I just found a picture of me playing a really weird bass, and I was like, that's kind of fun. So, yeah.
There's that. And back to
Okoboji, Iowa.
Cool. So what are these other bands that you're in?
I was in, down in South Dakota, I was asked to be in a band called Annabelle Band, where I played bass and did sound at the same time, and I hated myself. Because the drummer, and she might be listening, I don't want to say much. So, it was fine. Like, she was fine.
Yep.
And her son was fine. When they were together, it was not fine. There's a political error.
Okay, I was going to say politically.
So,
yep. Gotcha.
Political error, and it was fine. And it was just too much of a drive. It was an hour-long drive from my house to go and practice, and they wanted to do it twice a week. I'm like, I'm not doing that. That's way too long. That's way too far of a drive. And I got paid jack shit for it. And they're like, it's $20 okay? I'm like, $20? Bro, I'm driving to and from.
Yeah.
It's not going to happen. So I stopped doing it, and yeah. So then I started doing sound for another band, which I did like down in South Dakota, because it was based out of Mitchell. And they're actually starting to come up a little bit more in popularity. They're a cover band as well. It's called Bad Habits Band. I think they should change their name.
I've seen that name before.
The Bad Habits Band.
I probably shouted them out a couple times.
They're cool guys. The Bad Habits Band. Sean is the guitar player. He's the guy that started it, but it's a bunch of people just from all over South Dakota that come together, and they're really cool.
With bad habits.
It's a really fun thing, and their keyboard player just passed away recently, and I feel really bad about that. It was literally the day after I moved that, and I was like, wow. I can't believe that I wasn't there. It was like, I felt bad. Like, I wanted to be there to support.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, her husband. So, because he was the drummer in the band. So,
jeez. Okay.
It was a really good time. They played really good music. It was songs you don't usually hear in bars, which you think that you would, but you don't. And it was just a fun time. They didn't use backing tracks ever. They did everything live. It was awesome.
Nice.
And I got to tell them how to set up their sound, and I was like, yes.
Get a little bit for me.
Yeah.
There we go.
So that was fun. Jessica Vines, if you don't know who that is, I played with her for a while. She's fun. And then we had a band in college called Up Top, and that was really fun. Matthew Tinger was involved in that too. But that defuncted when the two singers, which one was Jessica Vines and then Andrew Oakland, left to join Downtown Sound.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
And now you're a band called Uptown.
Yeah.
Huh.
Which I've heard, like,
what?
There was an argument between Ciro and Dylan with the names of the two bands.
Oh, yeah, there might have been.
So that's what Ciro told me anyway. And I was like, I don't think Dylan meant anything by it. I think he was just like, hey, maybe we should change our names. But then neither of them wanted to change the names. So
yeah, I can see that.
Dylan's not a bad guy. I think Ciro might have taken it a different way. And then, but maybe, I guess, I don't know. Maybe he didn't actually mean to tell Ciro to change his name. But though I do think Ciro had the name first. So
then he has the right.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
there There we go. Back that up.
So that's the majority of that. I'll fill in a lot for other people.
Yeah.
And other bands, but as far as like being in a band, those not too many. But I try to stay busy as I can. So yeah.
It looks like you had at least a nice wholesome run with it.
Yeah.
It's not like you're starving for at least band type things. No. So that's really good. And well, we're basically out of time here. I know we could keep on going.
Oh, there's a lot you can say.
Yes.
We're friends.
Oh my gosh. But we're basically we're hitting about almost the hour mark. So we better start tying this thing together. But so we'll get to your ending remarks here in just a moment. But right now we gotta do some juvenile destruction.
Oh.
You ready for this?
Yeah.
Okay, this week's Off the Roof, well recycled. Me and my iMovie editing.
Okay.
They're push iMovie to doing this nowadays. Something came off.
Yeah.
Lame. The Empire State Building.
Oh, that's what that is. Okay.
That was perfect aim too. You're hired.
And it's still mostly there.
And it is. And then you're probably sitting there going, what in the world is that all about? And I'll just explain it to you like I explain every time. Is that, I grew up in this house and I bought it from my dad a million years ago and blah, blah, blah. Of course, the raging parties would happen. And we always depicted how well the party was, is how many people are still left on the floor the next morning. But that's inevitably somebody would get up on the roof and we'd be throwing random electronics off just to watch them explode on the driveway. Why? Because it was the 90s and it was fun. Okay? So I'm just keeping the tradition alive by throwing more stuff off the roof. I know I got to get back up there and do some new fresh stuff.
Right.
I really got to do that, and I should get my driveway cleared off. There's no reason why I don't have it cleared off now, but I don't know, I'm just making excuses for myself. So, if you have anything you want to see exploded, throw it on my driveway, throw it in my yard, so we'll come pick it up. Or if you have any suggestions, definitely let us know. We have a couple really good ones that I really want to get to before fall hits and everything else. But that's what we do here with the off-the-roof type thing. You got any last remarks there, Nick?
If you want to take lessons at Guitar Center, I'm the guy to talk to.
There you go. Yes.
Yeah.
He is the lessons person.
I am the lessons manager.
Exactly.
Yes. I will be the guy that's in charge of your credit card.
No. Spooky. So yeah, you're looking for lessons. Guitar Center. Hit them on.
Got some really cool guys. Good people.
Exactly. These ones you've been telling me about that I know. It's like, oh, good choice.
Yeah, very good.
Good choice. And you can also find us up from the Tiki Tacs all the way up to the Instagrams at Uptown Tonight Podcast, or else you go to Uptown Band Fargo. I'll get this right yet. I don't want to put that one down. So we're Uptown. We're a band from Fargo.com. You can find everything else about the band and or the podcast and all the other fun stuff in between. So, and you can get a hold of us there and everything else. So you got to remember, Nick, your drummer's got more charisma than your front man.
I know.
Your band may be in trouble.
That's upsetting.
But that's why my band's doing just fine. So until next time.